Hey guys, Creator Mom, happy Wednesday. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was parenting. And I feel like there's nothing that'll make you feel inadequate like parenting does. You know, I feel like parenting can make you feel a level of self-doubt. And then mix that with like watch out for those hormones because I think the premenstrual syndrome can really emphasize and make pronounced certain feelings and emotions and things. And for me, it generally, I notice the pattern tends to be self-doubt and stuff like that. But usually, like, now I'm getting more attuned to it. Like yesterday I was like feeling sad and down and crying a bit and feeling like really in self-doubt, and I thought, am I premenstrual? I had to ask myself. And then I looked because I have an app, that I kind of used to help me. And sure enough, I was. So I thought it just helps because it's like, okay, I know things can feel more detrimental around that time. Um, but yeah, man, the self doubt, it just, when the self doubt creeps in, when I feel like things aren't going perfectly. Because when I feel like things are going great and there's a good flow and we're having a great day or we're having some great days and everybody's feeling really connected and we're all getting along, that's when I'm just like, yeah, I'm totally doing the right thing. But then when those days hit, they're like, the kids are fighting, you know, that's when I question myself and I'm like, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Maybe we should be doing this or that. And see, I noticed of because I'm choosing the homeschooling route, I feel like the self-doubt goes something like this. Well, maybe you should be doing public school. Maybe public school is the better option. Again, there are tons of people who did homeschool and chose then to do public schooling. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I notice it's only when the self-doubt comes in, it's only when I feel like things aren't going well or we're having conflict that I'm like, my brain does something where it's like, it reverts back. It's like, well, maybe you should just do public school. And I'm like, how is that a solution? It's as if to say my brain is like, well, if you just send them to public school, all these problems will be gone. And it's like, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? So that's to say, so kids who go to public school don't experience conflict, and they're gonna come home and they're gonna experience conflict. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna erase conflict. Going to public school isn't gonna erase problems. In fact, you have new problems. You might have new pros and new cons. This is me talking to my own brain. Because I don't know why I do that. Once I feel like things aren't going right, it's like, oh, well, I guess I should just throw in the towel. Just throw in the towel, give up. But, and I'm not saying that it's wrong to take a healthy assessment of what we're doing, why we're doing it, if we should continue doing it, that's good. And I feel like those things usually take place when this surge of self-doubt comes in that's triggered by when my kids are behaving a certain way or something like that. So, which is the wrong thing to think, I think, in my opinion. It's just like, because I think my mind goes to escape, like, oh, just escape from this, just do that. And it's not really handling the conflict, you know, at its root. Or for some reason, my mind thinks the root of the conflict is not going to public school. So, we all know kids who go to public school that got issues, you know. What schooling, you know, there's kids who are troubled that go to public school or homeschool. There's kids who do extremely well who go to public school and who homeschool, you know. So I think that my brain wants to revert back to what it thinks is safe, quote unquote, or conventional, or what most people do, because, you know, right, there's safety in numbers. You know, it's like, well, I might as well just give this up. Just go along with the crowd, you know. But yeah, I feel like if it comes about whenever I'm in self-doubt, that rhymed, that it's not like a true desire. Because like I said, when everything seems like it's going well, I'm like, yeah, I'm on the right path, you know. So watch out, right, for that self-doubt. Yeah. What I do is just keep reading, keep learning about what I'm doing. Because if you're doing something that's not the common path to take, you know, like in this class I'm doing, it's called Hear My Voice, or everybody talks about this, about neural pathways, right? Like you have to, your neural pathway is going to want to go back to the road that's commonly traveled, but you're trying to go on this road. And then when you hit self-doubt, your brain's like, well, revert back to this road that's commonly traveled. That's easier. That's just better. But it's like, no, I'm trying to build a new neural pathway. I'm trying to do a new thing right here, you know, doing a new thing. That reminds me of church. Oh, that was powerful, because that reminded me of, you know, preaching when they say, God's doing a new thing. God's doing a new thing. Well, God's building a new neural pathway, you know. Ooh, I just feel like I bursted a glory bubble. Do a new thing. So that's kind of like how it is with homeschooling and unschooling. It's like doing a new thing, you know. You're thinking a new way. So what do you have to do when you're thinking a new way? Well, with the old way, you don't have to read about it. You already experienced it. You know it. You don't have to read about what that's like. But this unschooling thing or homeschooling, that's new. You got to renew your mind in it daily so that you can deepen the crevice in that path and keep moving forward. So that's what I do daily. You know, I read something spiritual or whatever, and I like to read something about homeschooling, unschooling, because I need to keep building those connections, keep building those neural pathways of a new way to think. It's a completely new way, or a different way, I should say, of thinking. So when I experience that self-doubt, like Pamela Rickia says, she says, well, it could mean that you need to get a little more closer to your kids, like get more connected, and then also keep reading, keep listening about unschooling and homeschooling. That's how you beat the self-doubt. So, and that can go for whatever you're experiencing self-doubt in. So yeah. All right, guys, I think that's all I want to share. Have a wonderful Wednesday.